Alright, so I know it's been a while since I've come at you with any sort of meaningful update, because whenever I do update live streams, they always drag on, and I just don't like that. It's not efficient, so I figure I'll strain myself to like a 7 or 8 minute update video. And you might be noticing, am I in my room? Yes, I'm in my room. It is a lot cleaner. It is a lot cleaner now. So this stuff, and this right here is the housing for a new project that I have taken on. Well, I decided to take this on because I felt like it. But I discovered this board right here. This right here is a triggerable MP3 player. It can play any 9 messages that you put onto it with the flash memory that this thing has. And you can see there's a speaker and a light output. So you know what that means? It means we can make something that can actually activate speakers and strobes just around this board. This right here, this alone could do that. You could just hook a pull station up to this terminal and this terminal, have your speaker and your strobe come out of these, and there you go. Now I want to make it so that it's latching, of course, and I want to be able to use the other 8 inputs as well, just because, I like to do that. But in order to do that, I need a relay board, and that's what I've got. So right here, I've got 2 relay boards. One is going to be for the amplifying, or the playing of the messages, the outputting, choosing what message to play, and then one is going to be for the basic functions, like acknowledge, silence, and reset. And maybe even acknowledge, because I don't know how I would head away for it to look for troubles. But I do have a good start on it. I've got this power distribution module. I got this transformer, which I actually took off of a horn strobe because we didn't need it on there, because we never use 120 volts to power them. So that was easy to find. But I found that after I went and got this and a transformer that takes 120 to 24, and yeah, but I do have these as backup in case something doesn't work with this. So I've got power going from here to these 2 relay boards, and there's going to be more coming to it. I'm going to obviously have to run wires. I'm probably going to have to turn these into duplexes so I can run the one wire coming from pull station or button or whatever to this, and have the output come to here to make it an actual latching relay. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge in itself, but I think it's something I can handle. And then the way you'll cut power to it is by pressing silence, which I'll probably assign it to this relay. I'll probably configure it to be that way. But yeah, this is an old Edwards LOC, and this was given to me by my project manager and one of my co-workers. They were throwing a bunch of stuff away from the Pearl Culinary Lab downtown. So I got my pick and what I wanted, and they threw the rest away. And yeah, I got a ton of speaker strobes. I got a lot of pull stations, all of which I sold. I sold 16 of them, and that was pretty cool. And so all of them sold within an hour. Someone bought all of them in bulk, so that was awesome. But yeah, and with this, you don't even need to step it up to, you know, 25 or 70 volts, because this is actually a 30-watt amplifier. It's pretty impressive. And you can adjust the volume with this thing. You know, it makes it loud enough so you don't need to get a signal line transformer to step it to 25 or 70 volts, which is pretty cool. And of course, this thing, it's got a light, you know, indicator, terminals, so I can use that to like run to an indicator on the panel, which in turn can, you know, this will probably just go straight to a relay, one of these, and you know, activate the whole alarm sequence. So yeah, I'll probably start labeling these, and since these are active relays, they do require power before they can run, before they can click. Because if you can see right here, the inputs, there's no output, there's no ground like there is on this thing right here, where like you've got switch 1 through 9 and then you just have a single ground. It's not even a ground, it's the negative, because it's not actually earth ground. Earth ground is the only one that I call ground. Everything else is negative or neutral. Please don't mistake and call it ground in front of me, or I will light you up. I'm not joking about that, by the way. I've chewed some people out for that. But yeah, all it takes is the input right here. All it needs is power, and it will trip the relay. And you know, these will be for messages. These will be for main functions like, you know, silence, acknowledge, if I can even figure out a way to implement that, because I'm not planning on using a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino or anything for this. I want to do it all on relay logic, because I am not good with writing code. I can do code for outputs all day. You know, I can do timers, but I cannot do inputs. That is more STL Elevators' thing. And if I were to go to him with this, then it wouldn't really be a project that I did on my own. And that's what I want this to be. I want this to be something I do completely on my own, unlike the giant board with the indicator and the call button that I did for my friend. I did all the hardware stuff, but Jason actually wrote the code for that, because I don't know how to do inputs. And for this, it would be quite a bit of code, because, you know, I'd have to throw in at least 12 relays, because, you know, you got all the messages, and, you know, it takes your input, the inputs and outputs are separate. So it would take your input and then, you know, just do a bunch and then tell, okay, click this one, or click this one, click this one, whatever. And then silence would obviously tell it to unclick everything. And I just don't feel like fumbling with that, because I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to try and do this all on relay logic, and I did get to a point where I felt like I was way in and over my head with this. And I was just like, God, how am I going to finish this? How am I even going to continue on with this? So I got some more of these coming in, but it's going to be the ones that are like the 1 in, 2 out. So that'll help me with making these into latching relays, just to make it easier on me. I'm just doing this with the knowledge that I have, and trying not to get help from outside. But yeah, and the inspiration for this project, it actually comes from a guy who goes by the screen name Go PJ Life Safety. He's a local, he lives here in San Antonio. He's a pretty cool guy. He also works for a fire alarm company like I do. And yeah, I also want to have capability where I can run a cable out and plug a weather radio into it. And whenever that weather radio, I'd have to configure the weather radio, but when it receives a tornado warning, it'll play the tornado warning message, which I have set as message 5. So right now I have all silent night voices on here, so of course I'm gonna have to change that, but that was just what I had available. I just wanted to test it. But if I do decide to change this to an Arduino, I will definitely post an update on it. So anyways, if y'all have any questions on this, let me know. I have questions about it too, about how in the world I am going to even finish this, because I'm not the best with relay logic. I can do some things, but you know, these active relays, it's a bit different, you know, because they're not passive like the ice cube relays, you know, the single relays that you know, just need power and they work, you know, whereas these, they need power and an input, because the board actually tells it, you know, which one's coming in and to, you know, throw it on. So yeah, but don't worry, videos aren't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to be going very far. And more bass covers are coming soon. And I'll give you a tour of my sound system as well. These are System Sensor speakers. These sound the best by far. At least they did before I did the video demonstrating all the speakers, and Simplex blew System Sensor out of the water. But these still sound really, really good. And this one's kind of loose. I have been having problems with these lately, where this side just completely shuts off. So I think that has to do with my receiver, or it could have to do with this, I don't know. But yeah, this is what I use when I do my bass covers, because I have it project down and out. Down for y'all, because I set my phone right here or here, and then out for me so I can hear it even better. And the wiring is it's pretty clean. I like it. I actually drill holes through the shelves, or the shelf, just so I could run the wire surreptitiously and make it look clean. So yeah, and here's my light. I'm sure y'all want to see it. Got this at Texas Thrift. So yeah, I mean, I do still have some of my drawers up like these, but those need to go away as well. This needs to be packed up, but my shelf is pretty much clear. I got boxes over here. My desk is empty. Well, it's far from empty, but the shelf above it is almost completely empty. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on in here. Not a whole lot now, but yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you then.